Hello, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this video. Normally, this time of day, I would be on the Clubhouse app under Wise Wives Build, but today we're doing something a little different and bringing in our YouTube family into our conversation. So, for those of you that may be watching me for the very first time, I am Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, and I am your victory coach and the founder of Wise Wives Build, which is an amazing community of single ladies and ladies that are married that are endeavoring to live this life God's way. And what I do is I come in and disrupt their lives, right? I disrupt social norms, give them tools, tips, techniques, things that they're going to need in order to build the life of their dreams and then be able to live in that place because I believe that we can have it all, right? And sometimes it gets a little complicated though, right? And so, even if it's complicated, we welcome you into our conversation. And so, what is that thing? The morning tea, right? The morning tea is a teaching, and then after that teaching, I hope that you feel equipped. I pray that you feel empowered. I pray that you feel encouraged, and maybe even learn a little something so that you can be moved to action. It's all about getting you putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward. Okay. And so, like I said, we have been in this conversation this week about, we've been dealing with over the last month or so freedom from certain things, right? And as we've crossed over into this new month of the eighth month, and everybody's talking about new beginnings. And so we kind of stayed in that same vein from last month, but with a different perspective. As you begin to move forward in a new beginning, you may have to get rid of some of the routines, the religiosity of the way that you do things and begin to see them in a different way, right? So this works perfectly in that, right? So normally from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until probably around 11ish, right? We are on the Clubhouse app. So people are used to seeing me there. They're looking for me there, right? But today God was like, no, 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 you have some things I need you to do. And so I had some early meetings and some things because I'm hosting an event in October called the Great Exchange. So I had some meetings and some things that I had to take care of. And so as I was moving around, he said, now do a video. He said, because here's the thing. He said, here's the thing. People will look for you in a particular place. And just because you're not there doesn't mean you're not showing up. It doesn't mean you've quit. It doesn't mean that you're not where you're supposed to be. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, doing right what I'm supposed to be doing with who I'm supposed to be doing it with, right? Because time with the Father is never out of order. Okay. So, how does that apply to this whole concept of wise wives build, right? We have to understand how to prioritize our time and those people in our lives. And there may be things that we're used to doing, and God may be saying it's time to do it a little differently, right? If you're a single woman, you can move differently as a single woman than you do as a married woman, right? Single women, you can just be like, oh, I'm just going to be in the face of the Lord all day and just lay there and nobody cares because it's just you and Jesus, right? But for those of us that are married, we may have children, we have spouses, we have things that we need to do that's going to be pulling on us, right? And so as we are going through that, we have to have a level of flexibility. You got to be flexible, right? And here's the thing, if that trusted voice is not present, can you still hear his voice? Can you still hear his voice? Because I'm going to always point you back to him. Go seek him. I know what we just talked about. Go lean into that aha moment, right? So for today, as we round out this whole thing of being religious, I want you to do something different. I want you to spend some time with the Father today and allow Him to give you a new strategy. Allow Him to give you something different. Allow Him to speak to you in a different way, a way that he's never spoken to you before, right? So that means you may take your lunch break and be like, you know what? Instead of eating, taking a whole hour and just sitting there and scrolling on social media, I'm going to eat my lunch and then I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm just going to sit in the presence of God and allow him to speak, just decompress and allow him and to listen. It may be once you get home. It may be later on tonight that he may give you something, but make time today. Do something different. I want you to do something different today. All right? I want you to show up in another way. I'm still showing up today. It's just different, right? It's just different. And so be willing to show up, be obedient to the Father, and do some things different. Do something different in your relationship. He may give some of you something different to do today that you've not been doing, or you used to do it a long time ago, or this week I called my husband yesterday. We're on this healthy journey, and I called him and I was like, "Hey, babe." Question. I was like, I normally make food and I said, would it be helpful to you if I meal prep, meaning I took each bowl and I made them for him. So all he had to do was pop it out and eat it. Because normally what I do is just make the food. He takes a bunch of bowls and he has to use plates and different things. Well, this week he's in a different truck, right? So the way that we've been doing it doesn't really work as well as what we've been doing. So I said, hey, what if I meal prep, put everything in individual bowls? So all you got to do is open up your little cooler bag, pull out a bowl, and then seal it back up. Would that be helpful? He was like, yeah. He's like, oh my God, yes, that would be great. Thank you so much. Right. But that was just something I was thinking about. I was looking at something and somebody sent a vid. I saw a picture of meal prepping and I was like, oh, maybe ask my husband if that would be helpful for him, right? Something new, something different. That's not something that I always do. And so guess what? I'm gonna start doing that for us for next week and see. I'll let you know how it goes, right? Maybe I'll even share some photos and different things like that. But it's time to do something different. You can't want something different but continue to do everything the same way you've always done it. In order for there to be new beginnings, there has to be an ending to something old. This new thing is going to cost you something over here because otherwise we're straddling the fence and we cannot continue to straddle the fence. Okay. So I want you to do something different today, whatever that thing is. I want you to be obedient and I want to know how, what your experience was like stepping outside of your comfort zone because one of the things that I have learned is your next big thing is going to be outside of your comfort zone. All right. So this has been your morning tea from Coach Williams. Have an amazing rest of your day. You can connect with me at www.wisewisebuild.com or you can go over to www thecassandrawilliams.com, right? Meet me in October. Please meet me in October. We've been having meetings this week. It's going to be absolutely amazing. October 6th and 7th, the Great Exchange. If I sound excited, it's because I really, 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 really am. I'm really, really, really excited. Um, Getting things together, little things. People know that I'm a giver, so I'm trying to see what we gonna do. Some of you have asked, would there be something from the oven? Possibly. You have to be there to see, though, right? So I love you all. I love you all. You can find out all the information about the Great Exchange at www .wisewivesbuild.com. All right. Have an amazing rest of your day. Go out there and be great today. It's rainy here in Georgia, but the sun, the SON, is always shining. Have a great day. See you later.